like that, like back in the Middle Ages. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Were you living?
Were you living at that time? Like, are you sure? Because like, I want to know your secret. You're like fucking thousands of years old. Like, what the fuck? Like, but overall, great episode.
Yeah,
it's sad.
So far, best of the season.
Yeah. I might go and say that it's my rival, the Battle of the Bastards, bro.
Those are good.
Which Battle of the Bastards were really good. But in any case,
I know Annie's probably saying, "I'm like, no, it wasn't better," or something. Because I know she loves Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. Hey Annie, what's up? Thank you for listening.
I'm sorry for ruining stuff for you, Annie.
We're not revealing anything. We're just saying that.
No, I know. I'm just.
You know what?
She knows I'm kidding.
I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this. You know what?
Insert endgame spoiler here.
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys.
Nah, but yeah. So we're 3 episodes. We have 3 episodes left in the whole entire series. So
and then the prequels.
Oh, they are doing.
We're doing prequels.
Shows.
Show, yeah.
Okay.
Prequel series before any of this stuff happens.
Of course, you guys are. You guys, you just can't.
They're like,
gotta get my dick wet somehow.
I think, and also I think a lot of people are very interested in seeing some of the stuff that is actually has source material, because what a lot of people don't know is that after season 5,
the author takes so fucking long to write his books that he's behind, and they're just kind of doing what they thought they should do, right? Yeah. And that's why they ended it, because they don't have anything else to go off of. Do you think, I don't know if they've already shot this theory down, but would they come back and continue it once this guy's released more stuff? Is there any kind of possibility of that?
They could do a spin-off with other characters, or other characters in the same time that this stuff is happening. I could see that happening. I mean, the possibilities are endless. If HBO thinks there's a need for it from the fans, then they're obviously going to put it out because it's going to make them money.
Well, it's considered the most successful TV show ever right now, right?
Is it? Yeah. Well,
pretty sure.
Well, I mean, every episode is like a damn movie, so I mean, the production value is off the charts.
Especially for the fact that it's on HBO, it's really hard to get people to watch something that's on paid programming.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these fucking shows bite the dust, like Ash vs. Evil Dead, because they were on Stars. Several shows, they just don't, after a few seasons, especially because if somebody misses an episode or two, they're not guaranteed to go back, because then they're like, oh, I have too much to catch up with. Yeah. And that's how a lot of people think. But there's something about the medieval stuff with you guys that keep you guys coming back. So I think it'd be strange for them not to keep Game of Thrones going somehow.
Well, I mean, they're doing prequel.
Yeah.
Just good. And
because there is stuff that they talk. I mean, during this whole 8 seasons, they do talk about the Mad King and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some things like that.
And I think I'm more interested into like how Robert Baratheon's rebellion is gonna be.
Yeah.
How like the Andals and the First Men and Children of the Forest and the First White Walkers are going to be, and so it's very interesting. I know for diehard Game of Thrones fans, it's going to be interesting to see how close they're going to get to the source material, because if there's anything that I think people hate is the fact that you change something significant from the book. Yeah. And you fuck it up.
The diehard guys. Yeah.
Hence Watchmen, hence Harry Potter, hence a bunch of different stuff that has been changed over the years that doesn't work.
You don't like Watchmen, bro?
I love Watchmen.
I do love Watchmen. Okay. A lot of people don't.
They got a trailer for the new series. That came out.
I know a lot of people were fucking crying about the fact that we didn't see the giant octopus.
Come on,
but it's like, dude, I'm not trying to sit in the movie theater for 5 fucking hours just to see a fucking octopus, bro.
And anyway, they did that super like extended cut that really is like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
That you can get on Blu-ray, I think, right now, and it includes that other like
It includes the dark. What's that fucking the Black Freighter?
The animated series or animated thing, yeah.
The Black Freighter. I love Watchmen, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love Watchmen.
I went to see that like 5 times in the theater, and I still hear people talk shit about that. That's not a good movie. I don't understand.
So visually amazing. So I love the way
I'm
it's
surprised
shot.
fucking Zack Ryder fucking did this shit, dude. Like, fuck, that he actually made a good movie.
Dawn of the Dead, bro.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead's great. That's a great modern zombie film.
I don't know. I know, bro.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. Several fucking times. I'm not a fan, bro.
First 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Not a
Go,
fan.
bro.
Not a
Do
fan.
you like zombies?
I do.
Okay. Alright. But, so, plugs. Anything you guys want to advertise? Or talk about?
I want to give a shout out to Annie because of the support that she gives to the show, and she's always asking us questions. At least me and Wes when we're all together, and she's like,
She writes notes.
She'll have like a notebook.
She takes down
like,
notes.
So what did you mean when you said this and stuff like that? Which I think is really cool and it's awesome.
Amazing. It's amazing
I
to
think
have
that's really
listeners like that. It's amazing to have feedback. I have nothing but respect for people that actually want to better you as an individual. Because that's what she's doing for all of us and stuff. Yeah. And so shout out to Annie.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to my fiance Alyssa. She has a vlog or whatever. It's not really weekly or daily. It's whenever she just posts stuff. It's just go on YouTube and search Alyssa Diana G with 2 N's in Diana. And you'll find her. I'm in some of the videos. Pretty cool. She does a lot of makeup stuff, like unboxings of Boxy Charm. I think that's what it's called. Stuff like that. Check it out. And one more shout out to my buddies who do their own podcast. Steven, he does a podcast called Beers and Bullshit, and they're pretty entertaining. So go check them out. Listen to them. They're also local. So
nice. Always support locals.
Yes, and he's given us a number of shout outs and episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't given a shout out, bro, before?
This guy shouts them out every single.
Almost every episode I try to, but
I listened and I looked them up.
Yeah. So definitely check them out.
Glad they're back on iTunes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Diego, I wanted to give a shout out to our co-host Diego Luna, who has recently started his own solo podcast called Rude Behavior, which I help him run, and it's been going very, very smoothly. The first episode featured me, and he interviewed me for about half an hour about why we started this podcast. Very fun stuff. I think a lot of people enjoyed that.
A lot of people liked it.
And then we had our second episode that just got released over the weekend.
Yeah, last weekend,
I believe. And we had your buddy Leo, from Border X, on, and you guys chatted about beer while I kind of stayed hidden in the background. Very, very interesting, and I learned a lot. And your buddy seems really cool, and I thought that was such a fun episode. And what better way to be kind of dawned into the Spotify game?
Yeah. Now I'm on Spotify.
Nice,
I'm certified now. I'm certified.
He's got the blue check.
I got the blue.
Oh yeah.
Rude Behavior is going smooth, going well. I know I announced one of my buddies, Sean, might come on next week, but we're thinking about pushing it back maybe one more week, because next week we are reviewing Rancid's "And Out Came the Wolves" album.
Nice.
I'm not making any promises, but we might get my buddy Adrian Delgado in here. We both kind of grew up with this album, and we both started our journey into ska with this album. So if you guys want to listen to another podcast that's under the fucking Drop the Mic banner, please check us out. We're on Instagram and soon to be on Facebook too. Rude_behavior 619 on Instagram. I post when I can. Obviously I am a photographer, so I'm constantly posting on my personal Instagram at DivaLuna619, and I'm also doing something for La Vuelta called Punks and Lowriders, where I'm taking photographs of women there dressed like punks, and then taking pictures with lowriders. But it's a different concept because a lot of people don't associate punk music with lowriders. And the beautiful thing is that we all myself as a Chicano grew up like in lowriders, grew up going to car shows, grew up going to this stuff, and the fact that I used to wear patches and spiky hair and tight pants doesn't necessarily mean that I'm less or better than the people that go here. We're all as equals, and we all represent. And I wanted to have a stake in what my perception of Chicanos is. That we're not all one. We're not all people that wear Dickies with high fucking socks and like wear Cortezes. It's not about that.
It's like blurring the lines.
Yeah, like we're punks. We have punk. I love punk music. I love ska. And ironically, the next one we're doing. This is just for Wednesday La Vuelta down in Barrio Logan exclusively. And other photographers, ironically, have been taking pictures of these girls. We're taking pictures of these girls with lowriders, and that made me kind of cry because it was like, man, like I did something to change the perspective of other people, where now people are seeking out these models to do this stuff,
Same thing, yeah.
And it was just like
you kind of ignited that spark.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. It is. And the next one will be actually traditional skinheads. I wanted to release that today. We're doing a photo shoot with traditional skinheads. Sharps. What a lot of people don't know is that skinhead was originated in Jamaica and
England,
in England, where the working class people will shave their heads and wear boots and listen to ska and enjoy ska, but they were anti-racist. They were more about unity within the community. They were actually bash people. It wasn't until maybe the late 90's where we started seeing neo skinheads, which is, and it's funny because it really does go into fashion because depending on the actual braids that you have, it's
or your laces, and different shit like that. Yeah,
like it's a crazy culture, and I can't wait to showcase the barrio these new ideas that for them might be new, but for me it's been there. And I remember I still see people when I say skinhead and they're like, oh, racist, no, dude.
It sucks that those
that
fucking
stigma,
those fucking assholes have kind of ruined that culture or that perception of when you say skinhead you obviously think Nazi, and that's not true. No. There's a lot of people out there, and it's not, you can be a skinhead and be any race, Hispanic, African American, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's that misconception there, and that's when you have to kind of enlighten yourself, and that's really cool because that's a way to get the word out and kind of spread this kind of
an acknowledgement. There's no And
especially with people who aren't involved in subculture or don't know about punk rock directly, they of course, skinhead, you know, oh fuck, they're gonna kick my ass or whatever because of this or that, you know what I mean? Or they just think that they're rowdy fucking assholes. So, yeah, very interesting, man.